Good morning, all the students of what is that seventh standard. We are learning the second lesson of the geographies, that is the sun, the moon, and the earth. In that, solar eclipse is going on. What is there in the solar eclipse? If the moon is between the sun and the earth, shadow of the moon fall on the earth. If the moon is there between the sun and the earth, sometime what is that the moon is between sun and earth, mostly new moon day. At that time what will happen, the shadow of the moon, it will be fall on the earth. At such a time these three celestial objects are on the same plane and fall in one line. That so at that time what is there, these are celestial bodies, sun, moon, and the earth, they are in the straight line and their shadow fall on one another. That hence the place on the earth where the moon shadow falls experiences a solar eclipse. So a place where the moon shadow it fall on the earth, that place experience solar eclipse. There sun is there, sun's light will be fall on the moon. That so moon, what will become, whatever the shadow is there of the moon, it will be fall on the earth when they are in straight line. So on which part of the earth that shadow will fall, it will fall means moon shadow will fall on the earth, that part face experience the solar eclipse. This shadow is of the two types. This shadow is of the two type. Central portion of the shadow is dark and the periphery is light. Central part, middle part is too much dark. That and when we will go away from the middle part, it is a periphery, means it is a little bit slightly darkness, slight darkness, not completely, little bit bright, means we can see visuals or images, we can see that not complete darkness is not there. So next, in the area of the dark shadow on the earth, the sun becomes completely invisible. Where the dark shadow is there, in that area sun is totally invisible. The condition is known as a total solar eclipse. So where the dark shadow is there, total dark shadow, that area is means from there sun we cannot see properly, so to that we can call as a solar eclipse there. If we are totally in darkness, then how we can say that it means totally in darkness means exactly we are in middle part of the darkness. So from there if you see, then moon will be there in middle, so sun is totally invisible for us, that we can call as a solar eclipse. However, during the same period, at the place where the shadow is lighter, the sun disk appears partially covered. That in some of the region, when you will go away from that middle part or the dark part toward the edge side, from there what we can see, shadow is a little bit lighter is there and we can see a little bit disk appear in the sky. That sun or the moon disk we can see there in the sky. So this condition is described as a partial solar eclipse, so that we can call as a partial solar eclipse. For example, that you are seeing to me, I am in front of you. For example, this mobile is we can call as a sun, my face is the moon. That whatever the behind of me, it is the earth place there, earth part. So my shadow will be found on fall on the earth backside on the board. That so that part you are unable to see, and one who is standing from there, that person also cannot see the mobile there. And when we will come little bit this side, so what is there here, from here we can see little bit this portion, that this we can see properly partial. From there we can see little bit the brightness, or the we can see the miss mobile also, one who is standing here. So there we can call as a solar eclipse this, to the partial solar eclipse to this side. And one who is exactly behind of me, that is that person can see the total solar eclipse. So this figure is also there, that we can understand here. The figure 2.5 it explain properly that. So total solar eclipse is seen in very limited regions of the earth. That here the figure is there, that two figures you have to understand properly, 2.5 and 2.6 very important, and along with that 2.3 is also that. See, next one point, what is that, sometimes the moon is in apogee positions. Sometime what will be there, moon is there, the moon sometime it will be into the apogee positions. Apogee means what is that, it is the farthest, it is the farthest position. That means that it is farthest from the earth. As a result, the deep shadow of the moon is cast in space and does not reach the earth. So moon shadow, what is there, it will be a little bit away from the moon, means earth. That so all the moon shadow does not reach on the earth properly, that because it is far, so far that from a very small region of the earth, only a illuminated edge of the sun disk is seen in the form of ring. That so only some part of the moon we can see in the form of the ring. This is called the annular eclipse there. When it is totally longer there, too much long, so that shadow will not be fall properly on the earth, so we can say that only ring type disk we can see there in the sky. So that is called as a annular eclipse. So annular eclipse is also a rare phenomenon, it is rarely it's occur. So in today's, see what is there, you have to understand this, what is mean by eclipse, what is mean by solar eclipse, what is mean by total partial eclipse, and what is mean by annular solar eclipse. These things are very important that you have to understand. Some points are there. Try this. Take a ball of clay or a mud and keep it at the center of the table in your home. You can do that. You have the ball which you play in the home that you keep on the table. Fix the pencils vertically in the clay ball such as a way that is sharp and points up toward that pencil. You have to keep there. It shows in the figure 2.7, that is a solar eclipse activity there. Fix a small plastic or the spun ball on the sharp end of the pencil. Ball, sponge ball we can keep on the pencil. So draw a circle along the midline of the ball and let the ball be your moon. That so that ball is your moon, middle line is there, and from one side another side you have to keep the torch. Now place a large plastic or a rubber ball at the disc up to the 10 to 15 centimeters from this moon. Let the larger ball be the earth. Draw a circle. That so big ball, that is your earth. That then we can draw the circles which shows here figure 2.5, 2.6, like same way here this third one also figure 2.7. Along the middle line of this ball using a pencils at the center. Keep the ball steady using a rubber or cloth. That ball you have to keep steady. That arrange the ball represent the earth and the moon in such a way a circle drawn in the on the moon will be in the plane of the equator of the earth. So this is one sequence that. And next one, that is the lunar eclipse activity. That how the lunar eclipse occur in that sun is there, earth will be there in the middle, and moon will be there at the last line. Here they give that. Take a torch, hold it at a distance about 30 centimeter from. Direct the light beam on the moon. Figure 2.7. How that means if you torch on that light will be on the moon, means on that sponge ball it will be there, shadow will be fall on the another ball, big ball. That observe the shadow of the smaller ball on the earth to understand how the solar eclipse occur, how it occur, that we can understand by this. So what is there, next one point, that is a lunar eclipse. So this activity of lunar eclipse that we will see tomorrow. Okay, thank you.